What is up, everybody? It's your boy TP3 Bets back live in the studio, joined by none other than the man himself. What up, bro? How we doing on this fine Tuesday? I see you're on fire right now. Shit, it's Wednesday. Fuck, it's Hump Day, man. It's not Tuesday. How we doing today?
We're doing great, man. I just don't like this glare. I can barely hardly see myself. I can't see anything. But we're doing great. We're here to cash more plays. We're happy that anyone and everyone that is joining us. T, how are you?
Man, we are doing good. Honestly, bro, yesterday went 3-3, had some really good calls and some really bad calls. And I'm just a little mad at myself. I always tell you, bro, that when it comes to betting on sports, honestly, I'm not that mad at myself. At least I didn't go 0-6. So, I can't sit here and be that mad. But it's like I always tell you, man, when it comes to betting on sports, we cap these games correctly. It just comes down to picking the right ones to bet and the right ones not to bet. Yesterday, all week I've been talking about good teams off losses is where we need to go, and there was 5 teams in action off losses. Arizona, the only non-cover. Kentucky covers easily. Texas A&M covers easily. Texas covers easily. Arkansas covers easily. Every single one of these teams won outright, even the ones that were dogs. And yeah, it would have been that easy to have a 4-1 day yesterday, but instead, I was looking at the over in Duke and Virginia and in South Carolina. I can't help myself.
That's what you were telling me this the other day. That's what makes it so hard to be 56% profitable is because there's just so many options, and sometimes we just get too sharp for our own good. We just overthink, and sometimes the plays are right in front of us. And I've been guilty of that millions of times. Maybe not that many, but quite a few times.
Yeah, that's the thing, bro. Like, it's never not that we don't know what we're doing. We're capping them correctly. We're just picking the wrong ones, So yeah. I think that tonight we're going to pick the right ones because we're sticking to what we've been calling out lately. So I think we're going to get some money tonight. That's for sure. I agree. Where should we start out today? Should we go to the NBA first? Should we go to college hoops first?
I'm down to do a little college. We can go college hoops first. We'll talk about the kids, and then we'll go to the NBA. We'll let people get in here. Thank you all again for joining. Hey, just really quick so you know, SoBet is free. We used to charge $15 to access the app. No longer. It's free. So if you're joining right now and you've canceled SoBet, you're not on SoBet, you've never seen what SoBet is, go to the App Store, use sign up code or referral code TP3 or Bro, and it's free. It's free. You get access to the app. You get access to 60 plus experts in their plays. Obviously, we have VIP packages that are available to you at your disposal. But you'll find that if you just play our free plays for a couple of days, you'll make enough money and profit off of those plays alone to join the VIP. We'd love to see you over there on SoBet. Download today. Now, T, actually, I want you to kick it off. I want you to kick it off in college hoops today. We were on the live stream yesterday, and your fucking cap was so sharp on Texas A&M that it caused me to place a lot, literally, as we're doing the show live, on the money line, 0.7 units, Texas A&M, no sweat. They led start to finish. T, thank you for that. 1, 2. Because of that, I just need you. I need your sharpest play in hoops, baby. Sharpest play in hoops.
Oh, it's tough because I think my sharpest play in hoops might not be the play I'm going to give here, but this play is also pretty sharp. You know what? Okay. We're rolling with this one because it still meets my criteria. There's 2 plays today that meet my bounce back criteria. Look, Wisconsin didn't lose by as bad of a margin as that a lot of these other teams did in their last game, but they still shot really, really poorly. In their last matchup against Michigan State here, Wisconsin struggled from the field. They shot 15.6% from 3 and 33.8% from the field in general. This is their worst shooting performance of the entire season. They had one that was similarly bad a couple games ago. I can't remember who it was to, but then they played Washington the next game. They scored 88 points the next game. So you look at this Wisconsin team, and they boast the 9th best offense in all of college basketball, and they've shown they consistently rebound from poor performances. So, I was messing around looking at some trends and whatnot. Wisconsin off a loss this season. I was going to play the team total, but Wisconsin is 5-1 to the over following a loss this season, which clearly shows in games they lose, they typically don't play as well offensively and they step up. What's his name? Like Tanji or something like that? Is that how you pronounce it? Tanji?
Yeah,
Dude is a dog, bro.
yeah.
Minnesota is going to have no answers for him in this game. Wisconsin's got a really good team, honestly. Honestly, dude, I'm underestimating Michigan State. I think Michigan State's the kind of team that can go to the Final Four. I think Wisconsin is too. I was very impressed with both these teams watching them play. Anyway, with all that being said, Minnesota's struggled defensively against top-tier competition. When they've stepped up, they've had 6 matchups against ranked opponents this season. Those games have all gone over the total except for one, so they're 5-1 to the over in those games by 11.6 points per game. That's a lot of points in these games. I would say, Minnesota's typically getting lower totals in like the lower 130s, and Wisconsin's typically getting totals in the 160s. So I think there's a little bit of value on this. And Wisconsin already scored 80 points against them in a matchup earlier this season. These teams are rivals. This is a rivalry here. In football, I think what do they give away? What is it in the football? In football, is it the Apple Cup's Washington versus Washington State? I can't remember what it is, but they have a little gimmicky trophy or whatever. But anyway, offensive, but their offense also tends to perform a little bit better at home. They're 11-7 to the over this season when playing home games. So with all that being said, in this matchup of rivals here, I like the over at 139.5. I think we're going to see the last matchup landed at 139. I think being at home, getting a little bump, that offensive bounce back here, I think we're going to get a total somewhere in like closer to 150 in this game.
I agree. And there's a lot of trends that back Wisconsin in this game. There's a lot of trends that back scoring in this game. Senior night's one of those things. There's a lot of different things that come into it here where you should see points. And I'll tell you, we talked to you guys about Minnesota's defense. They're losing by an average of 8 points per game as a dog and 11.7 points per game against ranked teams. Wisconsin has very high variance against ranked teams. I think Wisconsin's going to score plenty today. 80 plus easy. 80 plus points easy. Really, really like that play.
Hey, I got the bro stamp of approval. Let's go, baby. Our college basketball maestro. Give me the stamp, baby.
We love that. Of course, I have to. I actually really, really do like that. I looked at that angle. I ended up taking a different angle in that game. If you want that, get over on SoBet. We're going to go to the ACC, where I think I found a cheat code far too late. And I really wish I would have noticed this sooner. There are 3 elite ACC teams, and you can just play their team totals against all the other teams in the ACC because their defense is trash, and that's just the facts. We're going to go Clemson, Boston College. Couple of different stat lines for you. Clemson is 17th in the nation in offensive efficiency. Boston College is 145th in defensive efficiency. Clemson is 45th in turnovers created. Boston College is 195th in turnovers committed. Clemson not only is awesome on the offensive and defensive boards, but they are 14th in the nation in three-point percentage, whereas Boston College is 242nd defending the three. All those trends obviously lead to Clemson. But this is a road game. It's senior night. There's a lot of different things. Clemson has been amazing against the spread this year, and eventually something has to give there. 14.5 is a fuck ton of points to cover on the road. But I saw something that I was like, hold on. This could be true. Listen, tell me, I'm going to list you some teams that Clemson has played, or Boston College rather has played, and the amount of points that they have allowed to those teams. And you tell me why Clemson cannot get to 76 points. We need over 75.5 with this in mind. Boston College has given up 80 points to VCU, 103 to SMU, 85 to Georgia Tech, 79 to Syracuse, 78 to Notre Dame, 88 to Duke, 102 to UNC, 84 to Louisville, 78 to Stanford, and most recently 82 to fucking Cal. We're talking about 76 points for Clemson. This is a cakewalk. Clemson over 75.5 team total.
I definitely like that. I mean, all you had to say was 85 to Georgia Tech, and that's all we need to know right there.
Right, exactly.
You're giving up 85 points to Georgia Tech, man. You don't really know what you're doing on that end of things. Yeah, I think it's a great play, honestly, bro. I like how you kind of took all things we talked about and brought them together here to find a very sharp angle in this game because Clemson actually does have a really good defense. So Boston College probably won't be able to score that much, but the team total should fly over here in this game. And honestly, man, I'm excited for the ACC tournament when the good teams get to play because I think I'm just going to be betting or Virginia Tech, or what am I saying? Betting Duke, Clemson, and No, why do I keep saying SMU? SMU is not one of the good teams. And Louisville, there we go. I'm going to be backing all those teams in ACC tournament play because they're going to annihilate all these other teams, especially if we have like a Virginia Tech or Georgia Tech slip into like that round of the. I think those teams don't play till like Wednesday or Thursday. If we have one of those teams slip into the tournament that deep, dude, they're going to walk in and get dogged in the game.
Yep. 100%. I agree.
Yeah, like I'm talking like they'll fuck around and be down 20 points in their sleep. Like it'll be bad for them. So
the ACC is one of those divisions or conferences rather that has very little parity. It's top heavy and the bottom is very bad.
Yeah, like I think everybody going crazy about how good Clemson, Duke, and Louisville are and how that like their races so close together. I think it like speaks volumes to like how good those teams are. I think it speaks volumes to how bad the bottom of the conference. Now, I do think Duke is legit. I think Clemson, barring the right matchup and seeding, can get to the Sweet 16, but I still am a little bit skeptical of how good Clemson actually is.
Same. I think in the SEC, they're mid. They're like Arkansas, Texas, fucking like right in that area. But they're in the ACC, so it's like, hey, they don't really have much to compete with. I also listen. I know.
Whoa. I think they're a little more Mississippi State, Ole Miss. I think they're a little more in that tier.
Okay, that's fair. Maybe. I just don't know if they have the guard play. I like Schiffer down low. He's good, but I don't know if they have. He's a baller. Fuck was I gonna say though? I know they didn't start off the season good, but I'm telling you, I like North Carolina. I think if North Carolina gets into the tournament, they have enough offense to where they can make some noise. They got players. They got experience. It's just they couldn't get the chemistry down early in the season. I just don't think they were trying. They didn't care.
Yeah, here's something. No, I'm with you on that. So Clemson's weird out of conference, bro. They beat Kentucky, but then they lost to South Carolina. I don't knock them for losing to Memphis. I think Memphis is a top 25 team, but losing to South Carolina is interesting. And then they lost to Louisville by 10, and they lost to Georgia Tech in triple OT, but that was like a BS game. Jason Tatum is out tonight. Porzingis is out. He's still sick. He's been sick since Friday. I mean, what the fuck does this guy have at this point? Hero finger injury as well. Interesting. We might have just had a prop play open up tonight on Jaylen Brown to go over. Anyway, enough getting sidetracked on that. Let's talk about these two big games tonight real quick in college basketball. I did not play anything tonight in this Maryland-Michigan game. I think Maryland's a better team. They're ranked higher than them on all analytical websites and in the actual rankings here. The number went back to 2.5. I think this line's all over Maryland, though. The only reason why I'm hesitant to play it is Maryland's not a deep team, and Michigan is off a bad loss. They're back at home tonight. It's senior night. I think Michigan could come out here with a little bit of a motivated performance, but I like Maryland in this game. What say you?
Yeah, no play on it officially. Honestly, I was leaning the over. The over. Both teams have been over heavy. Michigan's over heavy at home. Ultimately, I laid off of it just because the Big Ten ends up being a scrappy conference at the end of the day, and you just never know what you're going to get. You saw a couple of games where both of these teams, after firing in the high 70s, low 80s, they had games in the fucking high 50s. And it's like, whoa, the fuck is this? So I'm laying off of it, but I do like the over in the Maryland-Michigan game. We also have Bama, Florida, which is a great matchup. I also did not take a side in this game. However, I do have a play over on SoBet. I will say this. I think it's going to be a great matchup to watch. And I think there's going to be points. But that over is a big number. I don't know. What do you say, T?
Same thing you say. It's over is just a little too high. I mean, it was at 177.5. I liked that number, but now it was 177.5, 179. I mean, this feels kind of like how I got hooked in Kentucky and Alabama to go over. I could see the exact same thing happening where it lands in no man's land there. I think if you're betting this game, you got to take Florida on the money line. Alabama did have a bad loss, so they're kind of in a bounce back spot. If they had won that game against Tennessee, I would love to fade them here in the sandwich spot with Auburn on deck. I could see Alabama coming out here, though, with their heads on fire at the house in this game. I still think Florida, though, is a bad matchup for them. Last year, Florida went 3-0 against the spread, 2-1 straight up against them in matchups with them. I think Florida is a bad matchup for Alabama, and I think that they basically have the same offense and they can actually play defense. I think Florida's a little bigger than them inside and can use that matchup in the paint to exploit them. So I lean Florida money line in this game. It's a really tough game in my opinion, but I mean, there should definitely be points in this game. It's just all factored in the total. I mean, you basically need 90 to 90 in order to hit this over, which is a lot of fucking points in college basketball.
It is a lot, but it's crazy to think. Just some brief notes. The last 3 games have averaged a total of 191. The last 3 head-to-heads have averaged a total of 191. In 2 of the last 3 games, one team has scored at least 100 points. So, fuck, I mean, it's crazy to say, but these guys are just whoop, 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 up and down and up and down. I can't wait. It's going to be a fun game to watch. Is there any, I mean, there's not a whole lot of great action in college hoops. You know, you have Marquette, UConn. I think UConn's overrated, but I also think Marquette's overrated, which is why I didn't touch that game. UConn and Marquette are going to be my fades in the tournament. They're early out fucking viable options, just depending on matchup. If they get a team that plays good defense, if UConn gets a team that causes turnovers, I'll fade them in the first fucking round. Money line, sprinkle, all that shit. So that's my opinion on that game. And then, I mean, other than that, there's not a whole lot to work with. Is there any other games that you're interested in then, Tia, or do you want to just jump to the NBA here?
Not besides the ones I got money on, baby. So yeah,
Hey.
we'll jump to the NBA here now. All right, we'll get. So look, I'll give you all free play in the NBA. We obviously Bros Cavs are in action, so we got to talk about that game. As the best team in the league is. We just said it. The Celtics basically missing their entire starting lineup. Portland is 15-3 against the spread against the Eastern Conference. I firmly regret not playing Portland. It looks like the number really okay. 7.5 is what I'm seeing. I feel like this number's got to go lower than 7.5. We'll see. They're probably not done adjusting it just yet. I feel like this number's got to be 5.5, bro, because the Celtics' new starting lineup is going to be Brown, White, Cornette, Hauser, and Horford is what they're saying right now. I mean, there is no way that team should be laying 7.5 points here. I still might jump it on Portland if it's only a 7.5 here. But anyway, my free pick, guys, I'm going with Anthony Edwards. Just go over 27.5 points. I would play this up to 28.5. I mean, Anthony Edwards should destroy Charlotte. Charlotte is the worst team in the league. We talked about it on a couple streams ago. I was saying that Charlotte's offensive rating is over 10 points lower than the 29th ranked offense right now in the NBA. Charlotte's defense is pathetic too. They're dead last on the defensive end. Yes, they played a slower pace. Yes, this game will probably go under the total, but Charlotte's going to get smoked here, man. Anthony Edwards, they're giving up 31.25 points per game in their last 7 games to opposing shooting guards. Anthony Edwards should get what he wants all day at the rim in this game. I don't see anybody being able to stand in front of him here. Anthony Edwards masterclass. He also went under his points prop on the first end of the back-to-back last night. I think Anthony Edwards is going to come out here with a smile on his face and drop a smooth 40 burger. Plus, SGA just dropped 50. You might want to give SGA a little something to think about.
Yeah. No, I mean, I like that look. Ant-Man over is never a bad play. Really like that. Guys, this is a stream exclusive. And one of the plays is free on the main stream is there. It's free. But the 2 extras that I'm adding on, that's from the VIP, only for the stream. Kyle Filipowski, over 27.5 PRA.
I like it.
And we're also going to take him 20-plus points at 0.35 units at plus 275 25 plus points at 0.15 units at plus 825. His point total is 14.5. If you want to just play him there, fine. That's cash. That's literally easy money. I think it's a guaranteed win. I don't know why I didn't just play that too, but I may end up. Here's the deal. John Collins out. Walker Kessler out. Lauri Markkanen out. Colin Sexton out. Jordan Clarkson out. Keontae George out for illness. Kyle Filipowski is the only NBA talent available to play in this game for the Jazz. And on top of that, he started 4 games in February. He scored 20 in 3 of them, 25 in 1 of them. He's cleared 27 PRA in every single start. Washington is bottom 5 against power forwards, giving up 23 points per game, 11 rebounds per game, and 5.2 assists per game. If you do the math on that, that's 34, 35, 41 PRA on average. So 27.5, when he's the only guy out there and he just had 25 and 13 last game, 25 points, 13 rebounds, 7 assists. That was a stat line last game in 24 minutes. Kid balled. He's going to get tons of minutes tonight, and he's going to do the same fucking thing.
Yeah, I mean, come on, guys. This is Washington, one of the worst teams in the entire NBA. I mean, the Jazz are pretty damn bad too. But yeah, like you said, they're going to be shorthanded. He's going to have to play a ton of minutes. I mean, I don't think he's going to get pulled out in a blowout here. They want to see what they got out of the kid. So I like this play a lot. You have my stamp of approval on this one. Now let's talk about your Cavs here, bro. They're taking on the Heat. They're on a back-to-back tonight. What do you think happens in this game?
It's tough to say. It's very tough to say. Here's like the thing. I wouldn't get cute. Well, yeah. I mean, I think I like where your head's at. I mean, if you got to play, I mean, definitely give it to the folks. But I wouldn't try to get too cute with the Cavs. Like, they are covering at a great rate. I got fucked trying to get cute with them in a parlay. I added first half money line at like minus 400 odds just for a little bit extra coin. And that was what fucked me. So, but they still covered. They won by like 20 fucking points. They are a force to be reckoned with. Miami doesn't have any of their weapons except for Bam. They're not playing very good defense. And when teams are out players, you've heard T say this a ton of times before, there's going to be tons of variance. They're going to be launching threes because that's what they have to do. They have to get up and down the court. And Cleveland will happily match that. They will happily match that pace of play, happily match that style of play. You're going to see points. Don't be surprised if you see Cleveland cover. I do have a max play over on SoBet in this game. I got to keep it.
Oh, bro with the max play. Yeah, I do have a play as well in this game on SoBet. But yeah, I think that these teams are going to push some pace in this game here. Miami is a bad team, and they play pretty bad as an underdog. I think Cleveland is going to smack the crap out of them in this game. So I'm kind of with you, bro. I think that Cleveland will probably cover. I mean, they rested some guys on the front end of their back-to-back, and now they're giving them a go here, so they should be full go. I think Cleveland will put up 125 points here, get off the bus and score $125. Other things in the NBA, like I said, the Celtics' entire starting five's out, except for Jaylen Brown and Derek White. Dallas versus Milwaukee. This is Dallas's starting five, guys. Klay Thompson, Spencer Dinwiddie, Kessler Edwards, Kai Jones, and Max Christie. That is their starting lineup. That is trash. I think Dallas is going to get dragged tonight by Milwaukee. I'll be cautious of betting player props on Milwaukee because it might be one of the biggest ass whoopings of in a while. And then OKC and Memphis. I mean, we got a total of 252.5. Neither of these teams are playing a lick of defense right now. Oklahoma City's disinterested. Chet Holmgren's out. I borderline want to take. I really wanted to play SGA over points here, but I'm so a little weary of him off a 50 burger. What's going to happen here? I mean, he got bet up. He was at 31.5. Now he's at 33.5, even 34.5. It says on some books. I'm just a little weary of him after the huge game, but Jaren Jackson Jr. is going to be out here, and he should be able to get in the lane and get whatever he wants. I think this game could be a blowout, though. And this is why. This is Memphis's or injury report right now. Santi Aldama, Ja Morant, Vince Williams, Desmond Bain, Brandon Clark. All those guys are listed right now on the injury report. So I don't know, man. I'm not touching this game with a 10-foot pole tonight, but I do think there's definitely some player prop edges there. I would look maybe towards like Desmond Bain and SGA to cook in this game. John Morant's been weird, bro. I think that he actually doesn't match up very well, to be honest with you, against Oklahoma City. Like he's gonna be in the torture chamber probably. And they have bigger guards, and they can kind of Morant really can only get to the rack. He's like a one-trick pony right now. He's shooting horribly from three right now. I mean, he's shooting like damn near 10% from three in like his last 15 games. Like, he's not hitting anything from three. So I think he's going to get put in the torture chamber tonight and have a pretty bad performance.
Yeah, I will say this. I like that analysis. In that game, we just said Jaren Jackson's out. I am here to tell you, if Santi Aldama is ruled in, I'm taking his PRA, and I don't care what the number is. Guys, this dude looks like he does not belong in the NBA. If you saw him walking down the fucking street, he looks like a fucking giant tech specialist. He just looks like a goof, a nerd, kind of like me with these fucking glasses. But he balls, bro. He balls. I took him against my Cavs. 12 points, Cavs money line. Bang. Easy. Nobody knows about the kid. He straps. He shoots a ton of shots. And if you have all these injuries, he's young. It's just like Filipowski. If he's healthy, they're just going to keep him out there. He's a bench player.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think you're definitely right about that. I think that's a good look in this game. I like the Aldama look. Aldama's been a beast, man. Maybe even Brandon Clark. Brandon Clark's going to play a lot of minutes in this game as well. And they might go smaller because Edey's probably going to foul Hartenstein a shit ton and go to the bench in this game. Edey fouls way too much. He's still just a little uncoordinated and whatnot out there. But yeah, I think that's an interesting game. I don't necessarily love the prop angles in it. All of them are pretty juicy, so it's going to have to be a competitive game for them to go over. And I mean, I could really see Oklahoma City blowing them out of the water. And last game was kind of a blowout, and that's what happened. And then, yeah, I think Jaylen Brown. Let's see what Jaylen Brown got adjusted to. The spread's still at 8 in that game. It just feels sketch, bro, that the spread's still 8 with the Celtics missing their whole starting lineup. Like, why is this number 8 still in this game? I kind of wish I. What were you about to say?
That's why I'm staying off of it. There's a gold rush on Portland, and the line's not moving. Nothing's happening. Like you told me before, hey, sometimes when everybody's out, that's when you take the other team. And I might just do that. It might just be the Celtics.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown's at 28.5 now as his points prop.
Derek White's in. Pritchard's in.
Let's see what Derek White's at now. Derek White's still at 18.5 points, bro. That might be the player. Derek White PRA, what's that at? 28.5 PRA for Derek White tonight. I think that might be the play right there in this game.
Yeah,
Derek White over 28.5 PRA. I'm going to lay off and just go with my 3 here.
Yeah.
But I really like that Derek White PRA.
I do. I can totally see it hitting 100%. 100%.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, that's all we got for today's stream. We just threw out some other plays we like and whatnot. If you're in here right now, guys, we'll say it again. SoBet is free to join. You get access to the main feed. You used to pay $15 a month for it. Nope, not anymore. Now it's completely free to go on there and see the main feed of SoBet for $15. You can see everything that we're posting up there on that. And then it's another $50 for my VIP, another $50 for Bro Bros VIP. And yeah, that's pretty much what we got going on over there, guys. So we'd love to have you join. Worst case, just join up and get our free picks. And also, too, I post ATS trends and stats on there every single day that are active and injury reports and whatnot just to try to help everybody win. So, we're adding value over there.
It's actually genius. You know, we should start doing that. We should start sending out injury notifications.
Not a bad idea.
Could be huge. And then people will just see our names all over the feed. Huh. Okay. Hey, listen, we're brainstorming here. You guys are going to see us everywhere. Here, there, everywhere. Cashing. T. It's hump day. Are you seeing any lady friends this evening?
I will be.
Oh!
I'm also going to be watching hoops tonight. That's for damn sure. Yeah,
nice.
That's really that, guys. We're still locked in on hoops, guys. Come on. It's March.
Yeah. He's locked in. Also, no cheesesteak review because listen. I've had many cheesesteaks from that place. That was the worst one I've ever had. Wow.
Yeah, I told Bro I'm glad his cheesesteak was dog shit because he bet against South Carolina and I lost on him. So at first he thought that I was winning, and that's why I was glad it was dog shit, but it was the other way around. So
Yeah, I was like, wait, what do you mean? And then I looked at the score. And I was like, oh, I see what you mean.
yeah, I was salty keeping 3.
That's all right. That's all right.
All right, guys, that's all we got for y'all today. Let's get some